We have officially made it to the outer atolls of the Maldives. Only 4 of us right now because we had to split up because of the baby flights. Yeah, I can only fit like 2 board bags on the flight with everyone's luggage, so everyone else is on the way. But for now, we are gonna go get the boat ready. We made it. So beautiful. Here's a quick little boat tour. Little juice, don't mind if I do. We got the bow of the boat. Oh my god, this is insane. If we go upstairs, we don't want to fall off the boat on our first day. So there's the captain's quarters. That's our crew right there. Woo! Then have a little balcony up here. That's our surfboard storage. This is the upstairs. Now let me take you downstairs. Okay, now we go down towards the rooms. These stairs are like vertical. They have AC, 2 bunks. These are like big twins too. They're not a normal twin. Bit of storage. And the best part about this boat, kind of in my opinion, is that every room has its own bathroom, which you don't always get on a boat trip. Okay, we've officially gotten to my favorite part of the YouTube video, which is where we break down all of the girls' surf progress from the trip from day 1 to day 8. This trip was 10 days long, but because we wanted to go all the way to the outer atolls to get uncrowded surf, which we did, we have to leave the first day and the last day for kind of transit and making sure all the boards arrive and everything like that. So each of the girls were working on very different things, and I find at this level of surfing, a lot of the times, the things that you're working on aren't always on the wave. A lot of these girls were working on positioning and confidence in the lineup. So the first surfer you're going to see here is Amy, and I want to tell you this because it kind of baffles me. The very first day, Amy didn't really know how to read a wave or like where was the right place to take off. So she was very timid. She was falling. She was hesitating a lot. When she was up on her feet, she was super solid. Definitely needed to grow her confidence in the lineup. And oh my God, did she do that. By day 8, she was really like massively improved her ability to read the wave and where she wanted to take off. And she's just so much more committed to her takeoffs. It was super cool to watch her progress, and then towards the end she was learning how to continue to get speed. So she would drop in down the wave, then she would go up, and oftentimes we were working on coming back down, but baby steps there. But yeah, massively proud of her for how much she improved her ability to just read the waves, because that's like one of the hardest things to learn in surfing, and it only comes with time in the water and trial and error. So that's a hard one to improve if you are hesitating, but she was not hesitating. It was epic. And then we have Bora. Bora was a very talented surfer coming into the trip. She really wanted to work on her confidence in bigger waves. And so the things we were working on with her were a little bit more technical. Her arm placement and her foot placement on the board. She also had 2 different boards on the trip. So the first day was smaller in comparison to the last couple days of the trip. We got some really solid waves on this trip, and the girls were absolutely charging, so it was so cool to see. And Bora's confidence grew massively in that, and she also got onto her more high performance board, and the little things I was telling her to tweak with her arms, she really started applying them, and they were working just towards the end of the trip. So it was really cool to see those adjustments like really kicking in. And she also said she caught one of her biggest waves on her backside. I think also on her front side, but more so on the backside. She hasn't really had a lot of confidence on her backside, and she said this was like the biggest wave she's ever caught on her backside. So that was really cool to be a part of and to kind of watch her blossom and grow. She could see once she got the hang of it on her backside, she was kind of charging. All the girls were charging. It was really, really cool. And we were so lucky to have most of these surf sessions like completely alone. So the price you pay for losing a day or two of surfing to be all the way out here in the outer atolls was so worth it. Then we have Danny. Danny has not even been surfing very long, and her main problem that we were working on was the fact that she was taking off way too deep. She had a good pop up, but once she was up, she was always too deep. So towards the end of the trip, she'd really improved on that and really adjusted, and she was working on then her bottom turn and her weight distribution on her feet to then go up the face and start to do turns. And you can see that she really did start projecting up the face. So after you can project up the face and you're going too high, then you just have to work on going back down. So she did get a few nice long rides and overall fixed her positioning. Again, on the backside was a little too deep most times, but that was also corrected, and she, as well, like the other girls, was really charging. I love this one on her backhand. You can really see the dots connecting. Then we have Rayleigh. Rayleigh is a really talented surfer as well. She's out of Florida, and so her board is a little bit designed for, it's kind of a groveler. It's more designed for smaller waves, but you can see that she's really taught herself how to generate her speed. So what we were working on with her was her arm technique and placement, and her chest being a little bit more upright, just because her chest being so low kind of restricts her movements. Although she was good at generating speed, her body and timing of her movements was just a bit off, and she really improved. She was really taking my direction really quickly. Like I would tell her to tweak and try something, and the next wave she would do it, which is a hard thing to do. It's hard to think and surf at the same time. So you can see this big, huge frontside hack that she does. We're working on winding up the bottom turns and then twisting and rotating back down, and yeah, she really caught on to that quick. That was really cool to see her progress. Even this last wave here at our very last sunrise surf session, 2 nice turns and recovering back down. Like so cool. We even got her on a more high performance board later in the trip, which was super cool. Then we have Sammy. Sammy hadn't surfed in probably a year and a half, and it took a while for her body to start remembering the mechanics, but she did get some really good ones. And I also feel like in surfing, a lot of what can hold you back is just your mindset. And Sammy was like the most persistent, beautiful mindset, like best energy to be around in the water. She did not give up, and she was charging on the biggest days. She was out there, she was trying, and she got some really good, nice rides in the end. But look at this, like the size of these waves, and the girls were all out there like going for it and killing it. So that was really, really cool. It was honestly such a pleasure to have Sammy. And then we have Serena. Serena, similar to Danny, was taking off far too deep, had the mechanics and was really good when she was up on her feet, but was often too deep. And by the end of the trip, she was a little more confident in her pop-ups, and she was letting go of the rails earlier, and opening her shoulders down the face, which was letting her utilize the wave. She even did some sick little backside turns, and then we started to work on towards the end of the trip her foot placement, because that can massively change how the board is moving under your feet. And like you can see her on this bomb, she's really moving the board well, opening her shoulders, like getting some insane waves. And then we have Sienna. I'm not even kidding you guys. Sienna probably left this trip with like a 400 wave count. Like there was days I was transferring the footage to the girls and she would have like 44 waves in one session. She was picking up every single wave that passed under, and I think this is a great habit, because the more waves you get, the more you can try things and practice things. So you can see in the beginning of the trip, she's getting some speed down the line. She's doing some little turns, but what we really had to fix was her arms and her technique and timing of rotation. And she also was really good at applying what I was saying, and Had good board movement, but again, we just needed to tweak some small things. You can see here by the end of the trip, she's got a lot more flow in her surfing. Her movements aren't so quick and aggressive. There's more flow, and that allows her to use the rails of her board more and better, and elongate her turns. But you can see in the slow-mo how much more she's throwing her back arm back and winding up for the turn, and just really flowing, getting a lot of speed going up the face and carving back down. So like massive improvements from Sienna. Even on the lefts as well, she said that this was the biggest she's ever surfed backside waves. And yeah, she was charging. All the girls were charging, but how many times can I say that? Like, I just get so proud of them, and it's so fun to be out there with them when they're just sending it. Like other boats or guys that we see, we all paddle out and start charging, and the guys are like, oh, the girls are here, like, it's time to go. They're taking over. Okay, then we have Skylar. Skylar is an incredibly talented surfer. Met her in El Salvador, saw her ripping, and was like, who is this girl? I need to know. And so on this trip, on the first day, we kind of recognized that she was wanting to get more speed and power out of her turns. She was kind of safe surfing, and even though she minorly like injured herself on the trip, this was still the last day. She was still going for it and ripping and really pushing with that back leg and trying to get speed out of her turns. So overall, like, that last one was so sick. Overall, she really progressed on that side of things. Yeah, she's just, along with being an epic human, surfing so good. Really inspiring. Then we have Sophia. You guys, when I met Sophia on my very first coaching boat trip in the Mentawais, she would never even look at a right. And this was her the first day trying on the rights. You can see she's dropping in, but she's not really getting speed, and then she's just kind of kicking out the back. By the end of the trip, this girl was loving rights. Look at her go up the face, down the face on that one, using her shoulders, doing mini backside turns, like massively changed and massively improved. And she even told me, she's like, I like rights now. And oh, look at this one. Look at the body movement, like the use of the shoulders and the legs, like huge improvement. She charges on the left, so you're going to see here in a second. But the way she improved and took my advice and coaching on opening your shoulders, moving and using your arms to control what your board is going to do, and then project back down the line and get more speed on your wave. Like, it was so fun to watch her kind of fall in love with backside waves, because backside is, you can really improve turns quicker on backside, I feel like, because it's more natural of movement. This is this one beautiful glassy session that Sophia and I had all alone. This beautiful session that Sophia and I had all to ourselves one day, and she also really improved on her front side with again, just the arm movements and the techniques of showing her board where she wants to go and kind of commanding what she's going to do on the wave, and she was feeling it, and she was charging. She did like start the trip off a little bit hesitant, but her confidence like really grew, and she got some bombs. So yeah, massive improvements from Sophia, and like I said, she's a returning client of mine, and I've always been so happy to have her on a trip. Look at this arm movement, this carve, bang, a little bit of spray, back down, incredible. And then lastly, we have Tegan. Tegan, we were working on bending her knees and having a little bit more confidence, because she would put herself in the right place for waves, but then she would hesitate or she would jump off. And we also found out that her board was not quite listening to her. So we put her on a different board that she had brought, and massively improved. She was turning down the line and starting to go up in order to do a turn. So like I said, once you start going up, the next thing is to start working to go back down. So massive, big improvements from Tegan. That wraps up the girls' progress on this trip and gets me excited for the next one. Wow, the water is so blue.
Whoa, it is.
Oh, this is it.
Sad.
What a week though.
Yeah.
That's a wrap on trip number 2. Everyone say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Abonne-toi et mets des likes pour Ellie parce qu'elle est beaucoup trop stylée.
Ah, merci beaucoup.
It's taking a lot of line, huh?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of line.
Oh, whale shark! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Our manifestations this trip have been pretty insane. How are you feeling, girls?
Speechless.
I like that.